Let's lock in. Canelo has beaten more world champions than any other active fighter. So, Boxing Kingdom on Twitter posted this stat, and it's interesting. And I thought, well, let's dive into this. Let's have a discussion. So, if you take a look, you'll see Boxing Kingdom wrote, "Who has defeated the most world champions?" They have Alexander Usyk at 8, Terrence Bud Crawford at 12, and Canelo Alvarez with 19. So to me, Canelo Alvarez beat more world champions. That's not necessarily surprising when you look at he turned pro at the age of 15. But what is, I think that what goes under the radar is the fact that Canelo Alvarez is younger than Alexander Usyk and Terrence Bud Crawford. Alexander Usyk and Terrence Crawford are 37 years old. Canelo's 34. So he's 3 years younger. Naoya anyway is 31. So he's 3 years younger than Canelo. Still 5 world champions behind, but that's the type of resume that Canelo has, and he still gets flack and he's still underappreciated in the public. So when he fights someone like Edgar Berlanga, people are talking trash, disrespecting him. But look, this dude's fought more world champions, and he's defeated more world champions than any other active fighter younger than Terrence Crawford. So it's just very interesting. But Stuart Flaherty said, not that impressed, no, not impressive, a stat since the four belt era, world champion no longer indicative of the best fighter out there. So, ma, that's what he said. Now, look, you can look at it that way. I don't think anyone said Canelo was number one pound for pound, but it does show longevity. It does show how long you've been competing at the top level. You can't just throw that in a vacuum and dismiss it. When you talk about Terrence Crawford, you're talking about so you can't, yeah, it's a four belt era, but you still talking about a guy who beat everyone in the division to unify and bring the belts together. Alexander Usyk, you're talking about another two division undisputed champion. So you can't just throw that, you can't dismiss that. Usyk unified, became undisputed at cruiserweight, moved up to heavyweight, and then he did the same exact thing. So yeah, it's a four belt era, but the guys on this list have done that. Canelo Alvarez. No, yeah, anyway, again, I believe two division. Canelo Alvarez, undisputed at 168. So you can't, well, former since he got stripped because he didn't want to fight Scully or whatever his name is. I don't know what to do. But these are guys who are unifying and fighting the best in their division. So I get where Flaherty's coming from, but again, I don't think that applies to these guys. Now, I know a lot of people are mad at Canelo because they want him to fight Benavidez, but I would love to see this stat for Benavidez. How many world champions has David Benavidez defeated? Because again, the that are placed on Canelo are not being reciprocated when it comes to David Benavidez. And I'm okay with it because I understand when you're top, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I understand that. But at some point, you got to demand something from the other guys. And I respect David Benavidez because it's being reported that he's going to fight David Morrell. And that's what it's going to take for David Benavidez to build his own name. Now, he goes out there and he does something to David Morrell, and now he's going to be campaigning at 175. You got Bivol, you got Better BF. Go do your thing. Go build your name. Go fight 19 champions. Go defeat 19 champions. Go do that. I guarantee if you do that, you'll be a superstar in your own right. Don't wait and try to clout chase off of Canelo and try to inherit off of one fight. Go do it the hard way. Do it the way Bud Crawford did it. Do it the way Usyk did it. Usyk wasn't the media darling. I remember when Usyk was fighting Witherspoon. Everyone was talking about whether or not he was going to be able to compete at heavyweight. Usyk earned superstar status. Terrence Crawford was, people were clowning his pay-per-view numbers. I was one of them. He had to go in there and beat Spence. Dominate him. Superstar making performance. Canelo had to step in the ring in big fights. And they talk about who he defeated. He lost to Floyd. He lost to Bivol. Didn't always win the major fights, but he did what he had to do. He took the challenges. He took the risk. Benavidez can do that too. So what this thing shows me, what the graph shows me, and what the numbers show me is that Canelo has spent his entire career, a majority of his entire career, like 19 champions. Still going to disrespect the guy who's at the tail end of his career, because I mean, he's been doing it since he's 15. So you got a 19-year career. Again, I do think that boxing sometimes doesn't appreciate the superstars that it has. I feel like Floyd wasn't appreciated the way he should have been. I feel like Canelo wasn't appreciated the way that he should be appreciated right now. And unfortunately, you don't miss them until they're gone, because you realize that you saw a certain level of greatness that you're probably never going to see again. And it's unique to them, because Canelo's greatness and Floyd's greatness different. But the way you felt watching their fights, the entertainment they gave you, and the way they left it in the ring, you know, it's just the greats. It's what the greats do, you know. So salute to Canelo. I thought it was a great stat that I just wanted to point out and highlight. And the fact that he's still young, he's still, you know, in that list of accomplishments, and people still hate on him. Like, I don't get it. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. It's Caden. I'm out. Peace.